proactively taken action to build a personal brand? This is a big problem that I see amongst hundreds and thousands of agents that I've looked at accounts on that never seem to really take an effort to build a brand. Okay. And, in my digital marketing classes that I teach, I do really get into the importance of a personal brand and teach everything around what else you need to do when you know you need to have one of these. Okay. And my name is Andrew Manchero. I'm the CEO and founder of Digital World Connections. We help agents that in digital marketing and lead generation. I've taught over 15,000 agents in the past 2 years of teaching classes, and I've helped several agents with their lead gen and as well as their social media in terms of improving presence and exposure. And this is something that I always cover whenever we help our clients with social media. Why aren't you building a personal brand, or why aren't you doing it better? And today we're going to really uncover that. Now, this is a huge mistake that is costing you tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, and maybe millions of dollars, depending on how you know team oriented of a team you guys are in terms of the pipeline, or even as an agent, as a solo agent. A lot of you guys maybe get referrals and you might be satisfied with that, but I will tell you the referral market is a warm market, and the amount of people you know compared to the amount of people you don't know is always less. Most of the time it is, okay, unless you're a celebrity agent. Okay, so this mistake of not having a personal brand, it's more like this deadly or the silent killer, where maybe in the beginning you may not realize because you're so busy with deals. When you don't have deals is then when you start like sporadically looking for it, and you always forget to realize that if I had this, I wouldn't be so worried. Okay. Now the goal is, when the word realtor comes in mind, you have to be when the word realtor comes in mind to a person, a general consumer, you got to be the person that they remember, and they're not going to remember you because you're an agent. That is something very clear. The only way that will ever happen is if it's typically within referrals. Okay, like a friend or family. Oh, Sean is a realtor, you should go reach out to him. Again, that's micro communities of people talking, groups of two, groups of three. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people have to remember you in groups of 10, 20, 30, 100, 300,000, even more than that. Okay. So for us to even get remembered, it's not where the real estate side comes in. It's more of the personal brand. Okay. Now, why do agents never really build a brand in the first place? Again, they just simply don't know the importance. They underestimate how powerful it is. And again, when we look at how much we could be losing, it's quite a bit of money. Okay. Agents don't feel interesting enough to brand themselves. Ideally, they may think that their story or their life is boring, and because their life is boring, they're not going to do anything. That's a limiting belief, because that's not how the audience will necessarily portray them, or perceive them, rather. And you don't know where to start. Okay. These are three big reasons as to why most agents don't build a personal brand. If I were to name a few more, laziness is one of them, and comfortability. They feel uncomfortable stepping into this. And I will tell you guys one thing about comfortability is, if something feels comfortable, it's not meant to help you grow. Something has to feel uncomfortable so you can actually grow. Okay. Now I'm going to pull over an example here on the right side of an agent that I had a discussion with about a year and a half ago. Her name is Molly Romero. She's one of the top agents in the West Coast, and she's one of the top Hawaiian agents for social media. Okay. Now, since I teach a lot of classes, I just called her about a year and a half ago and I said, hey, listen, I spoke with your broker and I just wanted to let you know that I'm very proud of what you do on your social media. This is exactly what I teach other agents to do. Keep doing what you're doing. And what is she doing? She's really just talking about who she is and proves her knowledge about everything about Hawaii, which is where that community content comes in. Again, her page looks so natural. She's got a lot of herself in here. Okay, she's got a lot of videos, a lot of photos. But the point is, she's showing her personality. Also, if you look here carefully, she's showing more community content. Small little details like the trees, different resorts in the area. Look at native Hawaiian hibiscus. Looking at a little bit of real estate content. But again, key thing is videos here. You have some property content that are basic. I have nothing against this if you do it in moderation, you do it with a strategy. But also here, community content, more community content, more community content. And this is community content as well. Okay. She does a very good job building a personal brand, because I know her as not only an agent, but as someone that I can go to when it's anything and everything about the community. Okay. Now, what is a personal brand for realtors? Again, people choose you, not your brokerage. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you work, because nobody talks to a logo. They talk to somebody like you trying to get you in or out of a house. Okay. This is all about the way you make clients feel and the message you're known for. It is really a mix of three things: like, know, and trust. In other words, trust, consistency, relatability. built through repetition, and there is no such thing as perfection. I have seen horrible videos, and when I say horrible, all I'm just saying is the lack of quality, maybe not the right hook, not the right structure. I've seen those agents do very well because they have such a large volume of content. So it's not about perfection, because nobody's going to remember one perfect video the same way no one's going to remember one bad video. But people will remember multiple videos if you just do it. Because the cool thing is, when you keep doing it over and over again, you naturally get better at it. Okay. Now, what would a personal brand actually look like for a realtor? Okay. Now, people need to know your face and name. I've seen a few agents with no evidence of what they even look like. I mean, I tried looking at their social media, I tried looking at their posts, their highlights, I couldn't find anything. So I wanted to call somebody and be like, dude, I don't even know what you look like. How could I even trust you in the first place? It's kind of crazy that there are some agents out there doing that. Okay. So for you to not do that and for you to actually build a personal brand, people got to know your face and your name, not just the properties you have. Okay. Clear vibe, friendly, luxury, etc. Again, luxury is selective. If you're the type of agent that wants to sell 3, 4, $5 million+ houses, then most of your branding has to be to cater towards that. For example, you at a car show, for an exotic car show, you at an upscale restaurant, you in front of a large $1 million home talking about real estate. All of that is more geared towards the luxury element. But if you're just a typical residential agent selling 200, 300, 400, 500, 600K, you can do things all around the area. You keep it casual. You keep it, shoot some content at house, shoot some content while you're walking outside. All of that still is fine for most agents. Okay. We talked about this in one of my videos. You have to show up even if you don't have a listing. And it's kind of funny how agents think, some agents, or I can say a lot, because I taught many, a lot of agents think that if they don't have a listing, they should be doing something but besides marketing. I think that's a little weird, because if you don't have listings, you should be marketing the most. Okay. So show up online. Clients prefer you because of who you are, not just what you did. Again, it's about the experience and the way you made them feel. You attract your ideal clients and not just whoever's available. Personal branding is also about one thing. It's about creating a standard for yourself. For example, I have standards with what my clients need to be. Right? If my clients are a certain type of personality, I will just decide not to work with those people, because I know the experience that I will give them won't be as fulfilling. So when you build a personal brand, when you start talking about who you like, who you want to attract, people like that will know, like, okay, well, he or she likes to work with people that have X income or X type of personality or X type of qualification. If you don't have a brand and you're just marketing broad and vague, you're going to attract everybody, and that equals low quality opportunities. Okay. People trust you before they ever meet you. If you guys go to a BMW dealership or a Lexus dealership or a Honda dealership, you already trust the brand because you've seen the brand over and over again. Whenever you're in doubt of why marketing may work, just look at a big company, see why you believe in that feeling, and ask yourself, why do you believe in that feeling? It's because you've seen that marketing. Okay, that's the answer to that. Same thing is going to be for you. Your brand lives outside the transaction. It's not all about the money. Again, the money comes with it. It's about the urge to help more people. So again, that personality gets shown live when you're posting everything about not just the house either, right? So people know it's not just for business, it's for exposure and to build that like, know, and trust, and educational content, not just promotional, not just houses either, like we just talked about. Now, some examples of some agents that do this very well. We have Loida Velasquez. Okay, she's direct, educational. There's no fluff. What they are known for: cold calling tips, YouTube tutorials, agent training. Right away, in 3 adjectives, I was able to design. Not 3 adjectives, 3 categories. I was able to clearly describe it because it's simple. It's easy to see. Glenda Baker, relatable, storytelling driven. She's got a southern charm, storytelling to content, viral TikToks. Ryan Serhant. Most of you guys might know this guy. I taught a class at his office also, which was pretty cool, in New York City. Luxury, polished, aspirational, $1 million listing, social content, and personal growth. He had that TV show that came out. For a fun fact, that show that came out for him in Netflix last year in June, that month they did 862 million in sales. So that month, by the way, not the year. Taya DeCarlo, empowering, fun, lifestyle base. She's behind the scenes and mom meets luxury LA real estate. Again, people can relate to this because in LA, things are more upscale. If it's a mother juggling her work balance and her life balance and her family life, it's quite a bit. And people would love to see that because a lot of people, a lot of moms will relate to a situation like this. So the like, know, and trust becomes very easy to create. And Tatiana Londono, very bold, empowering. She's blunt and she's honest. There's nothing wrong with being stern in your marketing. If you are stern and right to the point, that is to your advantage because you're making yourself a boundary of having the right people come into your circle. She's known for coaching and content for female entrepreneurs and agents. So again, there's a standard: content for female entrepreneurs and agents. But where do you even start with this? So again, you don't need a production team. You don't need a viral moment or a million followers. That's not what it starts with. Nobody's ever started like that. Making that very clear. You look at the top people on social media, I dare you to go all the way to the first video and you'll probably start laughing because it's so basic. And exactly, we all start there. Just take out your phone. You can do a video, hit record, start talking about the market as if you know nothing. And sorry, not as if you know nothing, but as if you know it better than everybody else. Okay. Share a quick stat from your city, explain buyers things that buyers always get wrong in your area, talk through what 500K could buy in your area, answer a question when a client asks you this week. Okay. These are just some ideas. If you're really hesitant on doing videos, just do a bunch of posts, like actual photos, but just know that the transition to videos will really benefit you quickly. The goal isn't to go viral, it's to build presence. Because if you are in a day and age where even if you go viral or you run an ad, if people click on your profile and there's nothing really to see more than just your viral video or like your ad, they don't care. They'll go to somebody else because they know, oh, there's 100,000 agents or there's 10,000 agents or there's 500 agents in the area. I can just look at somebody else. It's very easy for them. Think about how many leads you could have lost like that. Probably quite a bit. You don't need a niche to start, but one will find you. A biggest thing that I see is a lot of people spend so much in the discovery process of themselves that ultimately is just a time killer. This is almost similar to how when a company starts, they spend so much time on the name or the logo or the website. But in reality, you just got to start. You got to get business, because once you get business, you get ideas. So if you keep overthinking about your niche, you end up not really doing anything. And that's the kind of loop that a lot of people are in. You just got to start posting. And it may sound funny, but a niche will naturally form, or a niche will find you. You'll start realizing like what is actually working for you. Once you understand what type of content, what type of topics, what type of branches within real estate that is actually working, you know yourself like, okay, I got to do more of that because it's working. Okay. So that's all about data tracking and data analysis, but I'm giving you the conclusion of what you will see when you learn how to track those. That's exactly how the largest agents found them. Loida, teaching agents. Glenda, storytelling. Ryan, luxury lifestyle. Taya, mom life and behind the scenes. And Tatiana, bold business advice for women. They don't wait until it was perfect. They just started, because there's no perfect time to start. The best time to start, you guys have already heard this, you just have to do it at this point, is now. Okay? Some stuff to avoid just for don't just post listings. Don't wait till it's perfect. Go silent and don't post ones and disappear. I've all countered all of that with the above points. So just your daily reminders, because people build these into habits that they shouldn't be. So your daily reminders. The cheat code to convert your clients from your personal brand, from all the effort you put, you have to be consistent. There's no other way to do it. Now, how do you really build this quicker and get quicker results? Your frequency. If you're going to slowly get into it, posting 5 posts a month, then 10, then 20, it's going to take time. But if you want to be a savage and really jump into it and posting 30, 60, 90 times a month, it is only not going to help anyone but you get more business, but also we get faster exposure than your competitors, which gives you the edge. So all you have to do is stay consistent. If you guys found this helpful, I appreciate a subscribe. I appreciate a follow. I'll be dropping more and more videos every single week. Okay. And if you guys feel some of this information is great, but it might be like a little too I'm not sure where to start, and you still feel a little lost, I'll be happy to give you guys some suggestions if you feel that would genuinely help you. You could use the link in the description to book in a time with me. I'll just give you a call. Maybe we'll hop on Zoom and I'll give you exactly some suggestions on what you need to do based on your situation, so you know where to start in terms of building a personal brand, whether that's slowly or you could just speed it up. Okay. I hope this helps, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.